In the world of intelligence and national security, two entities stand tall: the British MI5 and the American FBI. These are not just acronyms, but names that resonate with power, authority, and utmost confidentiality. Let's first traverse the foggy streets of London to the headquarters of MI5, or as it is formally known, the Security Service. Born out of the ashes of the First World War in 1919, MI5 was established with a mandate to protect the United Kingdom against threats to its national security. Its primary concerns are terrorism, espionage, and the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. MI5's reputation is one of intrigue, shrouded in mystery, and yet it commands immense respect in the global intelligence community. Now let's cross the Atlantic and land in the heart of Washington, D.C., home to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the FBI. Just 3 years younger than its British counterpart, the FBI was formed in 1924. Its mandate is a bit broader, dealing with serious crimes like terrorism, cybercrime, public corruption, civil rights violations, and organized crime, among others. The FBI is known for its rigorous training and meticulous investigations, setting a benchmark in law enforcement that is admired worldwide. Both MI5 and the FBI are pivotal to the security of their respective nations. MI5, with its focus on internal security, acts as the UK's shield against threats, while the FBI, with its wide-ranging responsibilities, serves as America's sword and shield against crime and terrorism. In spite of their differences in mandates and operational styles, these two agencies share a striking similarity. They are both recognized and revered globally, not just for their unwavering commitment to national security, but also for their adherence to the principles of law and justice. These two agencies, although separated by an ocean, share a common purpose: protecting their nations from threats, both domestic and foreign. Now let's delve into the world of MI5, Britain's domestic intelligence agency. This enigmatic entity is not just a fixture of popular spy novels and films, but a real, functioning force within the United Kingdom. What makes it tick? What powers does it wield? Let's pull back the curtain a bit, shall we? At the heart of MI5's power is its authority to carry out surveillance. This is no small matter. Imagine being able to keep tabs on potential threats 24/7 without them even knowing. It's like having an invisible, silent watchdog always on the lookout. But MI5's responsibilities don't stop at surveillance. The agency also plays a significant role in counter-terrorism. In this day and age, the threat of terrorism is a grim reality. MI5 is tasked with identifying and neutralizing these threats before they can do harm. It's a bit like playing a high-stakes game of chess, where the board is the entire UK and the pieces are potential threats to national security. Speaking of national security, this is another area where MI5 flexes its muscles. The agency is responsible for protecting the United Kingdom's national security, which includes everything from preventing foreign interference to safeguarding critical infrastructure. It's an enormous responsibility, but one that MI5 handles with aplomb. Then there's counter-espionage. In the world of international relations, knowledge is power, and everyone wants to know everyone else's secrets. MI5, however, is there to ensure that the UK's secrets remain just that, secret. It's a game of cat and mouse, where MI5 is the cat, always ready to pounce on any mouse that dares to try and infiltrate the UK's defences. In essence, the powers of MI5 are vast and varied. They range from surveillance to protection, from counter-terrorism to counter-espionage. And all of these powers are exercised within the UK, under the watchful eye of the agency. MI5, a silent guardian, ever watchful of Britain's security, operates with a level of secrecy and authority that is nothing short of impressive. Across the pond, we have the Federal Bureau of Investigation, or FBI, as it is better known. This agency is the Domestic Intelligence and Security Service of the United States, and it functions as the principal federal law enforcement agency. Now, let's talk about the powers of the FBI. They're quite broad, to say the least. At the top of their list is jurisdiction over federal crimes. These include crimes that cross state lines or involve federal interests, such as bank robbery, terrorism, espionage, and white-collar crimes like fraud and embezzlement. The FBI has the authority to investigate these crimes, gather evidence, and make arrests. But the FBI's powers don't stop there. They also have a significant role in counter-terrorism. In the wake of the September 11th attacks, the FBI has been at the forefront of the United States' efforts to prevent further acts of terror. They gather intelligence, monitor potential threats, and work closely with other agencies to keep the country safe. And let's not forget about counterintelligence. The FBI is tasked with protecting the United States from foreign intelligence operations and espionage. They work tirelessly to uncover spies and thwart their operations, safeguarding the nation's secrets and its security. Within the United States, the FBI also has the power to maintain law and order. They do this by providing leadership and criminal justice services to federal, state, municipal, and international agencies and partners. This includes offering assistance in major cases such as serial killings or kidnappings. The FBI's powers are far-reaching and comprehensive, designed to protect the United States and its citizens from a wide range of threats. Their authority extends across the entire nation, making them a key player in the country's law enforcement and intelligence sectors. The FBI, with its wide-reaching authority and mandate, is a formidable force in maintaining peace and security in the United States. While both MI5 and the FBI are formidable forces in their respective nations, their operations differ significantly. Let's start with intelligence gathering. On one hand, MI5, or the Security Service as it's officially known, primarily focuses on internal threats within the United Kingdom. They're the ones keeping an eye out for potential spies, terrorists, and other threats to national security. The agents of MI5 are akin to ghostly watchers, blending in with the crowd, quietly gathering information. The FBI, or the Federal Bureau of Investigation, on the other hand, has a broader scope. Not only do they handle domestic issues in the United States, they also tackle international crime. The FBI agents are more like the traditional detectives you might imagine, following leads, interviewing witnesses, and arresting suspects. Now let's talk about surveillance techniques. MI5 utilizes a method called intrusive surveillance, which includes everything from physical observation to electronic monitoring. They're masters of the discreet, often operating in the shadows. The FBI, however, is more overt in its methods. They use wiretaps, informants, and even aerial surveillance. It's not uncommon for the FBI to publicly announce their investigations, creating a sort of psychological warfare against their targets. Next, we have the handling of domestic and foreign threats. MI5, being a domestic intelligence agency, is primarily tasked with handling threats within the UK. However, they also liaise with international intelligence services to counter threats abroad. The FBI, while initially a domestic agency, has evolved to handle international threats as well, especially with the advent of global terrorism. They have legal attachés, or legats as they're called, in over 60 countries around the world. Finally, let's discuss their interaction with other intelligence agencies. MI5 works closely with MI6, the agency responsible for foreign intelligence. They're like two sides of the same coin, complementing each other's work. The FBI, however, operates a bit differently. They work with the CIA, yes, but they also have joint terrorism task forces that combine local, state, and federal agencies. It's a more collaborative approach, reflecting the size and diversity of the United States. In truth, it's like comparing apples and oranges. MI5 and the FBI operate under different legal systems, have different historical contexts, and face different threats. Each agency has adapted to best protect their respective nations. Despite their differences, both agencies are united in their unyielding pursuit of national security. Their goals are the same: to protect and serve, whether they're operating in the shadows or in the public eye. Whether they're tackling threats at home or abroad, MI5 and the FBI are on the front lines, keeping us safe. So, how do these two titans of intelligence measure up against each other? As we delve into the comparison, it's clear that the MI5 and the FBI, while both being central to their nation's security, operate with a distinct set of powers and face unique challenges. Let's start with the powers. The MI5, Britain's domestic intelligence agency, is primarily concerned with internal security. Their focus is on counter-terrorism, counter-espionage, and the security of the state. They gather intelligence and work closely with the police and other agencies to prevent threats. Meanwhile, across the pond, the FBI has a broader scope. They deal with a vast range of crimes from terrorism to white-collar crime and even cyber threats. The operations of these two agencies also differ. The MI5 operates in a somewhat quieter capacity, their work largely unseen to the public eye. It's a bit like a game of chess played in the shadows. The FBI, on the other hand, often finds itself in the limelight, conducting high-profile investigations and arrests. Despite these differences, they share a common goal: to protect their nation and its citizens. It's a task that requires immense dedication, skill, and a keen understanding of the ever-changing global landscape. Both agencies have demonstrated remarkable adaptability in the face of new challenges, whether it's the rise of cybercrime or the evolving nature of terrorism. However, they also face their own set of challenges. For the MI5, it's the constant balancing act between ensuring national security and respecting individual privacy. For the FBI, it's managing the vast range of crimes they are tasked to handle, while dealing with the public scrutiny that comes with their high-profile work. In the end, these agencies are not without their flaws, but their strengths are undeniable. They represent the best efforts of their respective nations to ensure safety and security. Whether it's the British MI5 or the American FBI, both are undeniably crucial cogs in the wheel of global security. The world of intelligence is a complex web of secrets, strategies, and silent heroes. This statement, though simple, captures the essence of the covert operations that protect our nations from threats both foreign and domestic. Delving into the intricate workings of agencies such as MI5 and the FBI, we've uncovered some of the powers they wield. However, it's crucial to remember that these are but fragments of a much larger picture. The most significant part of their work, a vast majority, remains shrouded in secrecy. The nature of their profession requires them to operate discreetly, away from the public eye. They are indeed the silent sentinels that guard our peace. Yet while their actions are often unseen, their impact is profoundly felt. The security we enjoy, the threats we are shielded from, these are testaments to their unceasing vigilance. Whether it's the MI5 thwarting nefarious plots on British soil or the FBI neutralizing threats that endanger American lives, these agencies play a pivotal role in safeguarding our nations. Understanding the work of these agencies helps us appreciate the magnitude of their task. It's not just about unraveling mysteries and infiltrating criminal networks. It's about maintaining a delicate balance of power, managing sensitive information, and making tough decisions that affect millions of lives. The world of intelligence isn't just about James Bond-esque adventures. It's about the quiet, relentless pursuit of truth, justice, and security. It's about the countless operatives who, without expecting any recognition, dedicate their lives to the protection of ours. So whether you're sipping a cup of tea in London or enjoying a hot dog at a baseball game in New York, remember the silent guardians who work tirelessly to ensure your safety. It's a daunting task, but rest assured, they're more than up for the challenge. In the shadows, they operate, shielding us from threats we may never know existed. MI5 or FBI, they are the unsung heroes of our time.